Hey everyone, I'm struggling with light today a little bit, but nevertheless, hopefully this will work out. I'm trying to update you on my project polish progress because there is some. I'm really enjoying my project polish. This is probably the fewest polishes that I've ever had in my project polish. Right now, I'm sitting at 4, so there are only 4 polishes in the project, and I'm really rotating between the 4 of them at this point because I finished one. I am going to probably stick with these 4 because I'm making such good progress. I just want to sort of stick with what I have here, and it's full of basics at this point. However, in the future, I will be definitely adding polishes, but not today. Let's start with a nail wheel. This is what it looks like. I finished 4 polishes. It seems that my progress sticks to around 1 polish a month, but it's mostly been minis so far. I've been in this dark polish phase, as you can see. And this time around, I finished up one that was one of my faves. I think I'm out of the dark polish phase, so I don't think I'll be adding any other dark polishes for a bit. I'm a little bit oversaturated with it. Otherwise, it's really neutral and one flaky glitter topper that I've been sort of making things like a little bit more exciting with. If you're interested in what kind of tips I have to offer in order to have a successful project polish, definitely one of those tips is to include something, some transformer shade, be it a shimmer or a glitter or something else, or shifting polish of some sort that you can layer. But have layerable pieces, because really those are going to provide a lot of versatility, especially if you have one that works over multiple polishes. It helps, for sure, it helps to keep me in line. And also another thing that it does is if you have one of those glitters, and I'll go over the one that I have in my project polish right now, is if your manicure is not extremely fresh, but you don't have the chance or the time to repaint your nails, and your dress code at work is not so strict that you cannot wear nail glitters of any sort, I like to throw a little flaky, something really subtle but pretty over top that really hides the scratches, or if my tips are having a little bit of a worse for wear moment. And it helps to refresh the manicure and give it another day, maybe even 2 sometimes, until I have to repaint, which is really, really nice, especially if you do, like myself, work with your hands a lot. So that can be helpful, and it also adds a little bit of excitement, a little something different. Your manicure is just double, in fact, because you have every polish you have, and then if you have a versatile topper, you can throw it over every polish you have and you'll get a different look each time. So this is kind of where I'm sitting right now. The X's represent obviously the project polishes that I had finished. And then we have a couple of light neutrals. We have a gray that is on my nails right now, and we have that glitter. So let's go for it. The one that I did finish is this guy. Again, the dark polish, as I was kind of getting through them. This is a mini, and this is Linkin Park After Dark. It's completely empty. Whatever's left in there is really quite thick and not wearable, goopy. So I'm happy to be rid of it, actually. I might buy the full size in the future. Not anytime soon, because I have some dark polishes to get through. But in general, this is a very pretty, reasonably opaque 2-coater of a dark, vampy, purple-based polish. It's really quite wearable. It's one of the most wearable polishes you will find out there. It looks good on basically everybody, or almost everybody. So if you're after a dark polish, Linkin Park After Dark by OPI is something that I would recommend, because it's just really good. It just is. Next, we have the Zoya. It is Pandora. This one I did use a few times, but it is quite a thin polish with a bit of a very delicate pearl, and it is a very, very good nude for me. It is right here on the nail wheel. It's a good polish. I really enjoy it. It's one of those, just one of those neutrals. Cool tone neutrals look better on my skin tone, so this is kind of what I'm running with. It's a very nice palette cleanser shade. I've used it a little bit, and I could mark it down, but I didn't, because honestly it's just not enough progress for me to be like jumping up in arms about. But yeah, maybe a little bit of progress. It'll be just nicer to make a bigger mark next time. I think it's a little tedious to mark small amounts, so I don't. I usually wait until it's decent. The color is great. The palette cleansing quality of this kind of a shade, you know, go for something peachier if you're warmer skin toned. Go for something more mauve if you're cooler skin toned. If you're neutral, you can probably swing both ways. But this kind of a color, I think, is an essential color to have if you're doing a project polish or if you have a small polish collection. If you have a large polish collection, most certainly you have these kinds of colors in abundance because this is just a very wearable option. But if you have a small collection, this definitely is one of the colors that is probably going to serve you the most. I foresee this lasting a long time, but since it is such a neutral, such a basic, it's really seasonless, so I can wear it whenever. It doesn't have a seasonal flavor like, for instance, something like this does. This is really more winter, fall and winter. I worn it into spring because I've been hungry for those colors. Sometimes I just go through color moods. This one does not require a color mood. This is like, I'll throw something on my nails. What is the easiest option? Oh, you can give me Pandora, that kind of thing. The next one I want to talk about is this Yves Saint Laurent polish that I have not been wearing too much, honestly. It's grays are not an easy color for me to pull off, although I love gray in clothing. I wear tons of gray clothes. I wear gray in my eyeshadows, for instance. Gray tones work very well on my eyes. In nail polish is less so, although I think it looks pretty good on my coloring. I don't think it's a bad choice necessarily, but it isn't something that I reach for very often. For my toes, I reach for gray a little bit more because I feel like a toe color, some people really like a purple color, something really, really fun. And I usually like maybe either a red or a dark color. That's kind of what I prefer on my toes. In the summer, I go for like hot pink, red, or some kind of a dark toe. In the winter, red or a dark toe. Exclude the hot pink, I guess, but this is something I do use on my toes, and I don't paint my toes very frequently. My toes stay painted well such a long time. It's just, I wish my fingernails did too. There's like the Pandora color, there is some progress on this one too, but I'm not marking it because it's quite minimal. I haven't been using it a ton. I've used it maybe 4 times or so since the last update. And I'm just going to wait until it's a little bit more impressive to mark it because, again, tedious to mark small amounts of movement. But I'm maybe a quarter done with this polish, maybe a little less than that. I anticipate that this will probably last me into the fall and winter. I hope to be able to finish it up this year, but maybe it will travel into next year. We'll see. This polish is a one coater for me. It's not a perfect one coater, but I can get away with it on one coat, so to say, which makes it very, very easy to wear. But also usually one coaters for me get quite thick quite quickly, and I'm not somebody who goes around diluting polishes and thinning them and all of that, because they truly, for me, never really end up the same as the formula was before I started messing with them. So I'm not a big fan of restoring your polishes because it just hasn't worked out for me in the past in the best possible way. And I don't like mucking around with polishes. Once I'm done with something, I'm just done with it. So I anticipate I probably won't be able to complete this polish because, again, because of the viscosity, I anticipate that it is going to get a little bit too thick faster. Faster than I anticipate finishing it, but we'll see. I'm not going to make predictions. It's on my nails and it's here on the wheel. Next one we're going to go for is this topper glitter that I kept talking about in the beginning of the video, and this is SCS Shine of the Times. I was up at the first mark during the previous update, and then I have dented it a little bit. I've worn it quite a few times. Like I said, it's just an easy thing to either transform your manicure and do something a little bit more exciting, but it's not so showy that it's going to be either difficult to remove or very obvious. It's a nice flash of these sort of celestial rainbow colors. And it's transparent otherwise, and the flakes are half transparent as well, so they just flash a little bit color, but they don't mess with the color underneath. So this is a really actually great option for me. Unfortunately, they don't make this anymore, but really any flaky that is good with your skin tone will do well. So flakies are in abundance right now. I wouldn't worry. You can find them. This was a really, really good one. But like I said, they don't make it anymore. So far, it's not been drying up on me, which is nice. Glitters tend to dry up faster, just like thicker polishes do. But this is really quite wonderful. I've really been enjoying using it. I'm not sick of it at all. And glitters, sometimes you can get bored of because they're a statement. Because this is not a statement glitter. It's very wearable and it's very versatile and it layers well over anything. I think that it's interesting that that kind of a glitter is actually something I can handle. Although glitters are normally not my cup of tea, I barely ever, if ever, reach for a glitter, and this one has been with me and I've been really using it quite a lot. On this nail wheel, it's layered over a red, but it layers basically over anything. I just wanted to get a bright color and show you how it layers over a bright color. The last one I'm going to talk about is this Chanel Ballerina. This is 167. This is one of those semi-transparent, crelly, jelly sort of polishes that, well, look like a ballerina nail, I suppose. So that's the whole point of it. Interestingly, I've done actually a good number on it. Here's my previous mark, the second one down. And this is where I am right now. It's still very liquidy. Again, this is not thickening up at all, and I'm halfway or maybe even more than halfway through the bottle. I don't think this is going to be a struggle to finish as well, because really these two serve kind of similar purpose, except this one is light and it gives this creaminess to the nail. Because it's a jelly, it's quite transparent. It's a very pretty polish. Not everybody likes semi-transparent, those like jellyish polishes, but I do. This tends to be one of my favorite formulas, and I really like quite a liquid polish, not one that pools, but one that is easy to distribute and you don't need a ton of polish to make a mark. And as you can see, I've been wearing this guy a ton. This has been really picked up a lot in this project polish, and this tells me that these semi-transparent ballerina nails, really professional, clean look nails, are something I wear a lot, and I already kind of thought that it probably will be. These are probably the most worn kinds of colors for me, and I like layering the glitter over it as well. It's very pretty, looks very ethereal and fairy-like, and in general, I've just been really loving doing this with the glitter or this by itself. I anticipate a pretty good dent next time I speak to you. I don't think I'll finish it, but I think in a couple of months I probably will, because this guy is kind of on heavy rotation for me. So probably in the next month or two, these are going to be the polishes that I'll be picking up the most, just because of the warm weather and all of that. I will be adding next rotation, or next time I update you guys, I will definitely be adding another color, something summery and happy, maybe a bright berry color or something like that, because I feel like I only have 4 polishes right now and the palette is kind of drab. It's not very exciting, although very wearable, and I've been actually functionally wearing it a lot. I just feel like maybe for the summer I crave something a little bit more. Maybe a little pop of color wouldn't hurt, and that's all I'm saying. So I'm probably going to put some kind of a pop of color. I'm thinking probably pink. I'm into a pink mood. Try to put one of those guys in, and probably wear it quite a bit in the summer. As it is May now, I've transitioned psychologically into more, spring is really short here, so quite a jump from like a weather that is really winter until like April or May, and it jumps pretty quickly within like a month or so, or maybe 2 into the summer. So I've made that click in my mind. It's summer for me, and I need another summer polish in here that is going to be exciting and fun, poppy and happy, and that's what I want. So in next month, definitely see which polish I included. I don't have it with me right now because I haven't made that decision quite yet. So tell me how your project polish is going. For me, this time around, 1 mini is out. Pretty good progress on some of the other polishes, and pretty minimal progress on some of the others, but in general I'm quite happy with how it's going, and I really want to maintain the 1 polish a month sort of thing. So I want to use my polishes in a way this year. I don't know why that I actually get through one polish a month. It's probably going to mean that I'm going to include some minis in the fall. We'll see, I guess. Anyway, let me know down below how your project polish is going if you're doing it, and share with me which polishes are favorite for this season for you. That's it for today. Have a great day. Good luck. See you later.